Good morning, kiddos. It's Mrs. Gershon here. This week we're going to move away from our influenced vowels, and we're actually going to see how the W can also influence our vowel sounds. You will notice this week that our headers are all starting with W. There are a couple words inside that actually where they have a U that makes the W, acts as the W, because you can hear a W sound, which will also influence your vowels. I'm going to just look at our headers for one moment and then we'll go through our words. The W in our first header here, the W-A-R, that acts as the sound war, so it almost makes the A-R sound like O-R. Then when we have the W with the O-R, it actually makes the O-R sound like an ER. And then when we have the W with the A, it kind of changes the short vowel sound for the A. Normally when we have a short vowel sound for A, we say ah, and this is going to say ah. So you're going to be hearing that this week. The sort itself is going to be pretty easy, except when you come to some of those words that don't have a W in them. They have a U acting as the W, and I will point those out. So you're going to have to determine, does that word go in the W-A-R, W-O-R, or W-A? So you'll be having to listen for those sounds. All right, let's go through our list. We have the word warmth, quarter, world, warning, squat, quarrel, worthwhile, squash. Then we have the word worker, wardrobe, waffle, worry, warrior, worship, dwarf, and wander. Then we have our last column, watch, worse, warden, squad, worthy, swarm, squabble, and backward. If there is anybody that has or does not understand any of the words, you can always raise your hand and we can come around and help you. I'm looking at the word warden. That's somebody who's in charge of like a prison. So that's that word. And then squabble is almost like a little tiff, a little argument, maybe with hands on each other a little bit. With that, I kind of think about like ducks kind of going after the same food and they might get in a little squabble. All right, so let's look at some of our headers this week. So with our first header of warmth, and you'll notice that all of these sounds that have the W-A-R, W-O-R, W-A sound, they're going to come in our first syllable this week. So we're not sorting by syllable, we're actually sorting by pattern. So warmth. The W makes the A-R say O-R, so warmth, you hear or. So that would go under our W-A-R. I'm looking for some other words. Here's one of those words that I was talking about, quarter. The U is acting as the W here. You know what, I want to erase that because it's not, U always goes with the Q. That's why I kind of put it with the Q, why I boxed the Q there. I'm just going to box the U though. Q-U-A. So the A-R doesn't say R, it says or, quarter. So that word, even though it doesn't have W-A-R, is still going to go under the W-A-R section. Then I have worker. The W is making the O-R say instead of or. That can be a little bit confusing. So looking down, I'm go back to my first column, world. The O-R says the sound there, not or. So that's also going to go under the W-O-R. And then we have watch. Again, if I were following the real pattern of what happens when I have a consonant by itself, the A should say ah, like an apple, but we don't say watch, we say watch. So the W is controlling the A to make a different sound there. And that's it for this week. If you have any questions about the words, again, like I said, please raise your hand. We can come around and help you with their meanings. It's time to grab your scissors and happy sorting.